I'm going to show you how to do a contour line drawing of your hand. First of all, you need to decide how you want to position your hand. You're going to draw with one hand and you're going to hold the other hand in a position so you can draw it. So you can do different positions, different gestures with your fingers, as long as it's school appropriate. Try to think of something interesting, and you're going to look at your hand and you're going to draw what you see. Okay, a contour line drawing is when you look at your subject and you draw the edges. Okay, so your eyes are going to follow the edges of your hand, and your pencil is going to go at the same speed as your eyes as you're doing this. Okay, so I'm going to do a peace sign with my hands. You cannot put your hand on here and trace around it. That's cheating, and I will be able to tell if you did that. So don't even think about it, or you'll have to do it over. Okay, so first thing you need to do is decide where to start on your paper. So if I'm going to start by drawing here on this part of my hand, I'm going to want to start about here on my paper so that it corresponds with that, so it's all going to fit on the page. If I started drawing here on my hand and drew up here on my paper, I would run out of room. So you have to make sure that you're going to have enough room. I want you to draw fairly big. I don't want any teeny tiny little drawings. So I want it to be fairly big, and I want you to go fairly slow and look at the curves, look at the way it looks, look at the angles. Even when you're drawing a straight line, go fairly slow and pay attention to all the details. I'm going to come back later and do some of the things like the fingernails and some of the knuckles, the wrinkles there where the knuckles are. I'll come back and do those later. Right now I'm just going to do the outline. And when you're doing this, I don't really want you to talk, because talking actually uses a different part of the brain. It uses the left side of your brain, and drawing uses the right side of your brain. So it's better if you don't talk when you're doing this, because it's hard to concentrate when you're talking. That's why I keep pausing a little bit so I can think about what I'm doing. That finger's getting a little bit fat. We can fix that. If you want to make a few erasures, that's okay. You can erase a little bit, but I don't want you to erase too much, okay? So just kind of go with what you're getting. And I'm going to finish just this finger, and then I'm going to draw in some other details. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to put in my fingernails. Now notice on your fingernails you can see skin around those fingernails. You don't just draw a line straight across. That's not what you see. You don't see it going straight across. You see the shape of some of that skin around there. And you guys are looking at my hand from a little different angle than I am. So I'm seeing it a little different than you are probably, because I'm a little bit further down. So that's one fingernail. Then I'm going to draw in, I have a wrinkle on my knuckle, and I have more wrinkles on my hands than you guys do, so I have more work to do than you do, but that's okay. That's just what experience gets me. So I'm going to look at those knuckles and I'm going to try to draw what I see. Those lines are curved, and there's some wrinkles kind of up in here and across this knuckle as well. There's some lines there, curved lines. So I'm going to draw some of those in. Okay, and I'm going to look at this other finger. Same thing, my fingernail, I can see skin around it. So I want to make sure I make it look like that. And I have some wrinkles on my knuckles again. Okay, then I would finish drawing out the rest of my hand here, but I'm not going to take the time to do that right now. I'm just showing you the basics so you can go ahead and get started without me taking up too much of your time. So that's a contour line drawing.